Let me give you a couple of systems. The U.S. practices a system, and we call the system what? Capitalism. That's our system. That's how we function. And it's an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit. Private owners for profit. We all live in that capitalistic system in America. We're We're Americans. We live in a system. And if you thrive in the system, then you've got homes and cars and more food than you can eat because you put it in the freezer and then in the refrigerator, and then you transfer it from the refrigerator to the freezer and just make it sustain. And after a while, you look at that stuff that's been in the back of the freezer and you look and say, whoa, what is this? Because it's all frosted over. You don't even really know what it is anymore. What is this? And then you kind of maybe thaw it out, then you smell and go, ooh. And then you toss it out. And then you'll go to the store, because we live in the land of abundance. So you roll into a Costco and fill up another cart full of stuff that you go ultimately throw some of that stuff away because you have so much. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just telling you this is the culture, capitalism, that we live in. It's not kingdom. It's capitalism. We are citizens of the kingdom. But we practice a system called capitalism. Now, I know it's not shocking to you, although you probably not have thought about it like that. That's not really God's system. It's a good system. And if we do it right, God will bless us. The system thrives as long as it's an okay system if those in the system are aggressively generous with those who do not have anything in the system. If you, as leaders in the kingdom of God, and live your life in a capitalistic system, the system is okay as long as you are aggressively generous with those who do not have provision in the system. If you hold on to what you have, I'm not going to share this. I worked my tail off to get that. These lazy people don't know. For whatever reason you give that you're not going to share in the system, you are not supporting the system of the kingdom of God. That's not God's way. All right. You might thrive in capitalism. You might be the Bill Gates of life, right? The resource billions, not millions. Most of us are not even getting thousands, but you get the billions. But you will exit your earth suit too. And you will exit your earth suit, stand before Yeshua, eyeball to eyeball, and give an account of what you did with all the wasted paper. Man. And the Lord will say, I gave you all this wasted paper, this dead presidents, these pictures. And what did you do with them that advanced the kingdom that I bled out to give you access to? And then some will say, well, Lord, I gave a token. Okay. He'll judge that for what it is. For us, we are faithful. And we sacrifice. And we'll do anything God calls us to do at any time. If the government controls, same system, different systems, the government controls distribution rights of good at its own discretion, it's called socialism. Where you make this, but the government controls it. It controls, I take all the stuff and then I distribute it as I see fit. It's not really yours. It's really ours. socialism. We control this, not yours. And then we distribute it as we see fit because you're not smart enough to distribute it. And we are so much smarter, and we have a desire to bless everybody. And so we're going to take your resources and go bless everybody else. That's socialism. That's a system here on the planet. It's not the kingdom of God system. It's certainly not even the system we use here. But it is a system. Communism advocates all property is publicly owned. So nobody has anything, and we own. Everything is publicly owned. Everyone works and receives goods based on the determination of the ruling power or the government. So I can give you what I want to give you when I want to give it to you. It's not yours. It's not yours. It's mine. So it's not a bad system if the ruling powers are benevolent. My kids live under that system. And they got a benevolent leader, right? So we provide for all our kids. They don't work for this stuff. Who bought you that New York hat? One of those two sit next to you, huh? Yeah. It's a good system. He loves the system. Man, my kids, they're grown. They're not even little any longer. And they still love the system, right? I'm trying to say, get along. Get in your own system. They love the system. My dad, man, he's there. I love that. Woo! Go, Dad, you can do this. Yeah, they're rooting for me. Because it's just a different system. Here's our kingdom. Here's our system. This is how we live. The kingdom of God operates under the culture of love, mercy, forgiveness, giving and receiving, thankfulness. It's a distinct system that puts God first. So we got to choose that system. That's his way. And so we don't claim anything is mine. We trust God that he's going to provide. And then we're generous. We give to other people. We give, and so we structurally give. We give through programs. We give across the nations. We give locally and globally. You give. And so because that's God's system. So we take resources through tithes and offerings, and we push it back out. You push it back out. And it goes back to your credit, to your faithfulness. And the system changes. And God honors us for that faithfulness. Let me just tell you something. You can't outgive God. No matter what you give. If you give everything that you have, he's going to give you more. He's always going to take whatever you give him and mold it and then give you back more. If part of what he gives you is just honor in his kingdom. And so you're sitting in the highest places in the kingdom of God forever because he honors those who honor him. And you gave something that's just dead presidents. And now he honors you for your faithfulness to give something that is monopoly money. You know, in the kingdom of God, all that resource that you have right now that you hold near and dear, and you got people watching over it and measuring it and making sure it multiplies. It's all paper. It's all play money. It has no value in the earth suit. When you exit the earth suit, it has no value. You have no value. There's no value. No value. Your stock market, your 401k 3BC. No value in the kingdom of God. So if you spend, if you spend all your effort, your energy, your time, busting your tail, I got this value, I got this money, I'm going to be so good. It has no value. Then you slip on a banana peel and fall into a highway, and boom, there's the end of that. Oh my golly. then your family will be taken care of, so you think. And you got to stand before Yeshua that how you put all this value in a system that has no value. And when you are born again, and you're in the house of God, and you hear the word of the living God, and you continue to put value in a system that won't produce any results. Wow, God help us. Wow. So, the kingdom of God system. Father, help us to devote our lives to doing things and creating a culture that's your culture.